one is having this material, second is this material, and third is this material. And it is a mirror effect. Same material is here, here, and here. The shape of these plates are circular. So cross section is a circular. And with this control panel is connected, as I mentioned, through which you can set voltage, ampere. So that is your input to the system. So when you switch on this, the heat supply will start. Then you switch on this portion, that is a heater. We switch on heater and set the ampere and voltage. Right? So that will be a heat input to the system. And as it is a resistance heater, this is a resistance heater, as I mentioned, it will convert this electricity into heat. And as you know that heat will be Q equal to voltage into a current. So whatever input you are supplying, V into I, that will be a heat. It will be generated into a heat. Once you supply heat, the temperature will start varying. So with each plate, each surface plate, we are having thermocouples attached. So suppose the first wall is this, three thermocouples are attached over here at different locations, 1, 2, and 3 on a periphery of the plate. Then second, here also three thermocouples are connected. Here also three thermocouples are connected. So we have to take the reading of this thermocouple. As you can see, this is a heater. This is a first wall. According to conductivity of this material, there will be a change in a temperature of left side and right side of your wall. When we start this experiment, once we supply input, voltage and current, then we have to wait for a steady state condition. So we will wait for 1 hour, 1.5 hours, 2 hours, according to your input. If your voltage and ampere values are less, it may come to steady state after 1 hour, or it may take 1.5 hours or whatever. Right? So this way you have to give the input. Now to understand the better way, I have made in a graphical form that in our apparatus, this is your heat source where you are supplying voltage and current, so that it will be converted into heat. The thickness of first material plate is 24 mm. Then there will be a second plate having dimension thickness 14 mm, and we have a third plate. Its thickness is 10 mm. As I mentioned that the plate is a circular disc, so diameter of disc is 30 centimeters. So this is the arrangement of composite wall in our college setup. As I mentioned, both sides we are having same plate. So this is material number 1, same is material number 1 over here. So and center portion, this is your heater portion. So heat is supplied in this direction as well as heat is supplied in this direction. As I mentioned, on a surface of plate, different thermocouples are connected. So this is a 1 thermocouple, 2 thermocouple, and 3 couple. So this is a heater. So and this plate is attached with the heater. So obviously this surface will have a highest temperature as it is connected with the heater. Here we are having a 3 thermocouples attached. So we will measure the temperature of thermocouple of this 3. Then at the opposite side of this wall, again 3 thermocouples are connected. We will measure temperature here. Then again this temperature we will measure and this temperature we will measure. So our setup is such that T1, T2, T3 temperature will be a hot surface temperature. T4, T5 and T6 will be a opposite side. First plate, right side temperature. Then this will be a 7, 8, 9 temperature. This will be 10, 11 and 12 temperature. And as I mentioned, heat is transferred in both directions. Heat will be transferred in this direction as well as in this direction. Now, when we want to start the calculation, we have a 3 thermocouple on the same surface. So what we will do is we will take average of this 3 thermocouple temperature. So surface temperature, this surface temperature, this first material, this side surface temperature will be average of these three temperatures. So it will be T1 plus T2 plus T3 by 3. Same way, this surface temperature will be average of T4 plus T5 T6 divided by 3. Average, same way, surface temperature of this is 7, 8, 9 by 3. And here will be T 10, 11 plus 12 divided by 3. So this will be a surface temperature. Same way, there will be a average temperature. Here we will take average temperature. Here we will take temperature. Here we will take. And heat is, as mentioned, heat is transferred in this direction. So this is it okay? Is it clear, or any question you have? If you have any question, you can write in a chat option, or you can unmute your mic and say something. Is it clear up to this? Yes or no? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Is it clear?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So this is what
Yes,
our
sir.
setup is. Now, how to take the observation table? So what observation we have to measure is, as I mentioned, in our experiments, we have two inputs. One is voltage, second is current. These are the inputs. Once you give input, there will be a change in a time. So we have to wait for a steady state condition. We have to wait for a steady state condition so that temperature does not change with respect to time. So just for a calculation purpose, I have given you some temperatures which we have measured in last semester heat transfer lab, that when we gave that voltage equal to 100 and ampere equal to 4, so my input is 100 into 4, 400 volt. The temperature T1 we measured is 151, 151 and 149. Three thermocouple on the same surface. Same way, T4, T5 and T6 we have got 143, 142 and 144. Same way, next surface is 89, 88 and 90 and 44, 45. As we have mentioned that this will be average of this will be a first surface temperature. Average of this will be a second surface temperature. Average of this will be a third surface temperature, and average of this will be a fourth surface temperature. Right. So, as far as online experiments are concerned, you can use same reading which I have mentioned over here, which I will share in Google Meet. Microsoft Team also. I will share you one Excel sheet so that you can download that Excel sheet and do the calculation at your phone. And I will explain how to use this Excel sheet also. Right? So these are the temperatures we have measured in a last lecture. Now calculation part, as I mentioned, your input is voltage and current. So that is the heat source and it will be converted because of resistance heater. Now in the last lecture and first two slides of today's PPT, we discussed that Q is nothing but delta T, change in a temperature divided by resistance, total resistance. We are having the three different plates over here. We neglect convective heat transfer coefficient. So resistance of convection heat transfer we neglect here. So our equation will become Q, that is nothing but equal to V into I, will be equal to delta T, that is delta T, divided by R total, resistance total. So what will be the total resistance? Total resistance will be a resistance offered by first material, that is R1. And as you know, the resistance we have discussed is nothing but L upon K or and A. Okay. So L is nothing but a thickness of this. So this is 24 mm. As you know that, you please convert into meter. Conductivity we need to calculate, and area, as diameter of this is known to us, diameter is 30 centimeter. So you can calculate its area pi by 4 d square or pi r square. So that will be area. That way you can calculate R1. So L upon K1 is first resistance, L2 by K2 is second resistance, and third resistance. And as they are in a series, so total resistance will be R1, that is L1 upon K1A, plus R2, that is L2 upon K2A, and third resistance is L3 upon K3. So this will be, so our task is Q, which is input to the system, that is in terms of V and I, that is known to us. delta T is a temperature difference which we will measure after steady state condition is achieved. So we will have this reading known to us, we will have this reading known to us, and these in resistance 1, resistance 2 and resistance 3, the unknown part is K1. Length of first or thickness of first plate is known to us, area is known to us. This thickness is known to us, area is known. So unknown part is what? K1, K2 and K3. This is what our objective, we want to calculate this. How to calculate, right? So according to this reading, 400 watt input voltage, 4 ampere current, and this reading, I have mentioned over here the surface, average surface temperature now I am mentioning. So average of this 151, 151 and 149. Then average of 143, 142 and 144, like that. So if average of that temperature, this surface temperature comes to, this surface temperature comes to 150. This surface temperature comes to 143. This surface temperature comes to 89 and this surface temperature comes to 45, which is at steady state condition. As I mentioned, again I am repeating steady state condition, that you have to wait till steady state condition is achieved. Okay. So now temperatures are known to us, Q is known to us, that is V into I. So suppose, and as I mentioned, once steady state condition is achieved, the heat transfer rate in this direction. So heat transfer in first plate, that is Q. Heat transfer in second place, that is also Q. Heat transfer in third place will be, so there will be a Q1. Heat transfer in first plate will be equal to Q2. Will be heat transfer in second place, and it is equal to C3. This will be the same as it is a steady state condition. So we can use now this equation for first plate, Q equal to T1 minus T2 upon R1, where Q equal to V and I, that is known to us. T1 is, let us take higher temperature as T1, so 150, T2 equal to 143. So voltage is 400, 150 minus 43 will be equal to R1. So you can get R1 from this equation. Same way you can get R2 from this equation, and you can get R3 from this equation. Okay. So as I mentioned, Q equal to T1 minus T2 upon R1, Q equal to T2 minus T3 upon R2, and T3 minus T4 upon R3. And these are the temperature known to us. So once you have this value, this is known to us, this is known to us, this is known to us, we will get R1. Same way from here we will get R2, and from here we will get R3. So R1, R2, R3 thermal resistance are known to us. Now R1 is what? L1 upon K1A. R2 equal to what? L2 upon K2A. And sorry, I made mistake. This is R1, R2. This is, please consider R3. This will be L3 upon K3. L1 is known to us what? 24 mm. You need to convert into meter. Okay. Area is what? Diameter is given, so pi r square. Pi r square will be area. So this is known to us. This is known to us. R1 you will get from here, this equation. So you can get given. So this will be the conductivity of material 1. Same way you will get conductivity of material 2, K2. And same way you will get conductivity of material 3. So this way you will get the conductivity of different material, and this is what experiment is. So this will be a K1, this will be a K2, and this will be a K3. Now this particular observation table I have already made, and I have a data with me, so that I'll show you the calculation part of this. Wait, I am just opening this file so that I can show you. So I'm showing you the Excel sheet which can be used for calculation purpose. Excel is visible to you? Hello? You can write in your chat.
Yes,
Is
sir.
this Excel sheet is visible to
Yes,
you?
sir.
Yes, sir.
So let us start with this. This particular Excel sheet is made to do a calculation of conductivity of first experiment. As I explained, this sheet is made to calculate the thermal conductivity of composite wall. In this particular sheet, you can see the different colors, and I have mentioned here that enter values in yellow boxes. So I will share you this file. You please don't alter the values or equation entered into a different cell. You just change the value in yellow column so that when you change this value, it will do an automatic calculation here. So I am showing you here, suppose for a data given us in a right now condition, the disc diameter is given 30 centimeter. So I have mentioned here the 30 centimeter, right? Area will be pi by 4 d square or pi r square. So it will come to 0.0707 meter square. I have converted unit into meter square. Here you can see the composite wall is shown, and the observation table, same observation table I have mentioned over here, where my input is 100 volt, current is 4 ampere, temperature is 151, 151, 149, and likewise. Just to show you, suppose I am changing the T1 temperature here in observation table. Here you can see here, if I change 151 to 200, you can see here that value here changes. So automatically formula is written in such a way that here it will write the average temperature of T1, T2, and T3. So let us come to again same value, 151, 150, and 149, and in integer it is converted. So temperature of this surface is 150. This is 143. This is 89, 45. So when you change this value, it will be reflected here. Now your calculation steps are, as I mentioned, delta T divided by resistance 1 plus resistance 2 plus resistance 3, where V is Q is V into I. So this is known to us. So in this equation particular, suppose I am calculating for first wall, this wall, then my dt will be 150 minus 143 here. Voltage and input is 104 divided by L1, A1, K1. L1 is 24 mm, which you can convert into meter. Area is 0.0707 meter square, and you can get the conductivity K1. So I have plotted here, I have calculated R1, R2, and R3, and which I have already shown you here, that you can calculate R1, you can calculate R1, R2, and R3, R1, R2, and R3. Once you have R1, R2, you can calculate R equal to L upon Ka, conductivity you will get. So for particular our experimental readings, the conductivity of first material comes to 18.51 watt per meter Kelvin. Conductivity of second material is 1.46, and conductivity of material 3 is 1.2, which I have shown over here. You can see as conductivity of first material is 18 point something, as conductivity is high, the heat transfer rate will be a faster, and that is why you can see here the temperature difference delta T in a first wall, this wall is less as conductivity is more, 18 point something. Second wall where conductivity is, as we have seen, the second wall conductivity is 1.4. So you can see here the conductivity as here is 1.4, means compared to first material it is less conductive. The temperature difference here is more. So here is 150, here is 143. Temperature difference is only 7. Delta T is only a 7. While here 143 to 89, so your delta T is increased as your conductivity is less. And third case here we are having 45. The delta T is again more compared to this. So we can say that as Newton's Fourier's law of heat conduction says that Q is nothing but Ka dt by dx or dt by dx I am writing L. So heat transfer rate depends on conductivity and thickness. So it is proportional to conductivity and inversely proportional to thickness. So when conductivity and length are known to us, we can calculate the heat transfer rate. And we have calculated K1, K2 and K3 for this particular experimental setup. Okay, is it clear? Hello?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Hello,
So,
sir.
yes.
આપણે જે એક assumption લીધું કે Q1 equal to Q2 equal to Q3, તો જે મટીરિયલની હીટ કેપેસિટી છે તેનું કોઈ અફેક્ટ નહીં પડે જે હીટ કંડક્ટ કરે છે એની પર?
Okay. Let me give you a different way example. Right. So what I have mentioned here is that Q1 equal to Q2 equal to Q3, right? So what we are thinking is, here is a heater provided. I hope the PPT is visible or not. Let me share one more time PPT so that it will be clear. Okay. PPT is visible, yes or no? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So we are having a heat source over here. This is my heat source, and suppose we have taken value that is 400 watt. Okay. So this heat is given over here, and it is transferred in this direction. So we have done calculation for this part only, this particular part. Same way, heat transfer in this direction. Now, when you supply, your input is constant, V and I. So your input is 400 watt constant, right? So as conductivity of this material are different, heat will be transferred in this direction. Once you will start, suppose you start this apparatus supplying voltage and current, initially the temperature of this wall will be atmospheric condition, as your heater is off condition. Once you switch on your heater, now your heat transfer will start. So step by step, the temperature of heat, this will increase and heat will be transferred in this direction. So within 5 minutes, if you measure, this temperature will be different, this temperature will be different, this will be different. But it will continue heat transfer for a longer period. And once this particular area is atmospheric condition, your heat source temperature is 400 watt constant, the heat will be transferred in this direction and it will come to a steady state condition. As this equation we have already discussed, del square x upon dt square, means in x direction heat transfer area will remain will become steady. So that when steady condition will come, the temperature of this will not change, this will not change, it will remain steady. Now, so suppose it is taking 1 hour or 1.5 hours, up to 1.5 hour temperature will change on this surface, on this surface, on this surface, on this surface, and this surface. Means your heat transfer rate is changing with respect to time. But when you keep continuously on your heater, an atmospheric condition is it is exposed to atmosphere. Now your heat transfer rate will become 1.5 hour. It will become steady. Means with respect to time, the heat transfer or heat transfer rate means what? Heat energy transfer per time will become constant. And when it will become constant, your temperature of this surface, this surface, this surface, and this surface will become steady. Means now, whatever heat is generated over here, it is transferred into atmosphere at this particular rate, Q. So heat transfer in this material and heat transfer in this material is same. Rate of heat transfer is same, I am assuming. Not assuming. It will be a constant once your steady state condition, dt by dt becomes 0. Means with respect to time, your temperature is not changing. That is called steady state condition. So that is why I am mentioning here. Once your steady state condition is achieved, your Q1 will be equal to Q2 will be equal to Q3. So heat transfer happens at the same rate, but because of its conductivity, you are finding a different temperatures here. You can see here the heat transfer in this wall is same, but temperature difference is here is 150, here is 143, and in the last case as your conductivity is less, it is more kind of insulating material. Though your heat transfer rate is same Q3, but your temperature difference is less. Right? So that is why in a steady state condition, we can write this. When it is a transient condition, when your temperature is varying with respect to time, we cannot consider Q1 equal to Q2 equal to. Is it clear? Is it clear?
So sir, steady state condition માં material કોઈ heat absorb नहीं करे.
Steady state
Hello.
material will actually, what we are considering is material is transferring heat. Suppose you take your sweater, example of winter season, you are wearing a sweater, right? So sweater material is insulating type, right? So there will be a heat transfer from your sweater material, as no material is 100% conductive, no material is 100% insulated. Right? So it will transfer heat, but as conductivity is very less insulating type, your temperature difference both sides will be different. Right? And the example which I have given you, that sweater is actually will never face a steady state condition. And in all heat transfer problem, practical industrial problems are not steady state condition, are transient problems, right? So we have to consider time into a calculation. But as I mentioned in the very first lecture, that if we directly solve this three-dimensional second order partial differential equation, then it will be a difficult task to understand. So what we have done is we have simplified this problem, that we only consider one-dimensional heat problem, and we will only consider steady state condition. Means heat transfer rate is constant, steady state condition is achieved. Now your temperature are not varying, and we have started calculating the simple most problem of heat transfer, right? And when you make a simplification steady state, then your Q1 equal to Q2 equal to Q3 will become. Okay, or not? Still not clear?
So sir, last question. આપણે કેલ્ક્યુલેશન માટે એ નિગ્લેક્ટ કરીએ છે, થાય તો છે જ ને એબ્ઝોર્પ્શન, એટલે હીટ કેપેસિટી અફેક્ટ તો કરે જ છે ને.
Yes, it will affect. See, in our setup, what I have shown is it is a box in which 3 plates are put, right? So you can say that this box atmosphere, after 1.5 hours, the temperature variation will not happen, because outside, if weather condition, atmospheric condition, we assume 35 degrees Celsius, which will not remain 35 degrees Celsius. There may be a change, 35 to 34 or 36 or like that, right? So we assume that atmospheric outside temperature remains constant, so that after 1.5 hour or 2 hours, your temperature change will stop. Means still you are continuously supplying heat, but there will not be a change in temperature. And that condition, we assume that we come to know that it is a steady state condition is assumed. Means now if you have different heat source, means instead of 400, if you change to 600, then there will be a change in your temperature. For the same heat input, your temperature will not change. And that is what a steady state condition is. Right? And based on that, the calculations are. Clear?
Okay.
If you have still any question, you can ask.
No, sir.
Okay. So based on this, as I have shown you, the calculation you can do, right? So unfortunate part is now we cannot perform actual lab. So what I will do is I will share this Excel sheet in Microsoft Teams files menu. You can download this file menu and you try to solve it, right? And I will share a heat transfer manual also, so you can read this manual, that how experiments are done. So you keep your Excel file ready. I prefer, because I don't think that this semester, before August, September, we will be conducting a physical class. So anyhow, you have to cope up with the online system. So you will not write. I don't insist you people to write the experiment, but whatever calculation you do, you please use a Microsoft Excel, right? And the best part of this Microsoft team is when you log into, I am explaining the procedure, how you can use your credential ldceahm.onmicrosoft.com to use all the Microsoft facilities. Just you click on to, my screen is visible. What is visible to you? Right now on your screen, what is visible?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
The video is visible or
Yes,
screen is visible?
video
Okay.
is visible.
So let me show you a screen. You can, now I hope the office.com home page is visible to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you can use your credential, Microsoft Team, onto, you can see here, I hope it is visible. Office.com, you can open the website office.com, and once you open this, it will ask for sign in. So when you sign in, you use your Microsoft account and password. This page will open. Where you have a number of applications. You can see Outlook, OneDrive, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Notes, SharePoint, Team, Sway, Forms, and all apps. You can see there are many more apps. When you are online with your Microsoft password and login, you can use all these apps online. So suppose Excel you want to use, you click on Excel, it will open your Excel. You can do the calculation into that. So what I insist you people is, you use your this same credential for using Excel, Word, PowerPoint online. Second is same email address you can use in OneDrive, where you will get some 1 terabyte space available, where you can store your data. You can use same Google account as your, Microsoft account as your email. So Outlook you can use, and many more things are that. One by one, when we'll discuss, I will inform you how to use it. So what I insist you is, you use Excel to calculate and submit it onto Microsoft Teams. Already I have shared one assignment, and you have not submitted yet. What you can do is very basic numericals I have asked. You can refer R.K. Rajput, Heat Transfer by R.K. Rajput book. You can download from Google. If not available, let me know. I will share you with this book. Some problems are solved problems in our Rajput book, and some are unsolved problems. Very simple. Fourier's law of heat conduction minus K dt by dx. Convection, Newton's law of cooling equation, HATS minus T infinity, and Stephen Boltzmann's law. Emissivity, Stephen Boltzmann constant, area into temperature raised to 4. 3 equations you have to use, and you have to solve it. So you solve it, either you solve it in Excel, either you solve it in Word. In Word you need to write down everything, or the last option is you solve these numerical problems in your notebook, take a snapshot of it, scan it, and you can upload in the assignment session, so that I can assess it and I will give you marks. Because your mid-sem marks will be considered based on your assignments and quizzes, which we are conducting online mode, right? So assignment I have already assigned to you. You submit it as early as possible. Use R.K. Rajput, your textbook, for a reference. Maybe one or 2 days after, I will send you a small quiz, 10-question quiz, which you need to submit it based on a simple first chapter, so that marks will be also considered as a mid-sem. Okay, is it clear? Is it clear?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now, if you have any question, you can ask. Okay. If you have any question, you can ask.
સમ્સમાં થર્મલ કન્ડક્ટિવિટી આપેલી જ હશે કે અમારે બધી યાદ રાખવાની જે તમે બેઝિક ઓફ હીટ ટ્રાન્સફર માં આપેલી છે બધી યાદ રાખવાની કે
No.
આપેલી
You
જ
need
હશે?
not see in your data. The conductivity will be given to you, right? no need, but you should know the some material. Suppose copper, that the conductivity is around 400, right? So some material conductivity should be known to us, but not hold the database, right? So in numerical problems, conductivity will be given to you. Obviously, whatever material you have, the conductivity will be given to you.
Okay.
Anything else? Anything else?
સર એ અપલોડ ક્યાં કરવાનું રહેશે?
You can in your team, the assignment, you can click on assignment section, right? You will find the assignment which I have shared. So I am showing you the assignment. This screen is visible to you, or something else is visible?
No, sir. Video is
નો
visible.
સર.
Let me show to switch to okay. Now I think my desktop is visible too.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can click on here assignments. This is my classroom. I have two different classrooms. So in your case, you have to click on to a heat transfer batch, heat transfer 2018 batch auto. When you click on this, it will open assignment number 1, basics of heat transfer. When you click on this, right? In my case, as I am admin, it is showing that I have assigned to 47 people here, right? So, and tuned in. But Nirmit has seen it, so viewed, right? In your case, it will open your assignment. So when you click on this, the assignment page will open. And it is nothing but your Word file. So when you open it, the question, you can either you open it or you can download it. The number of questions are mentioned here. You can solve this numerical, as I mentioned. Either you use Excel, either you use type in a Word or in a notebook and scan it and submit it back, right? So this is what assignment is, which I have shared with you. So that you have to submit. Last date I have mentioned till July end, but I insist you people, because department will ask that as already 1 month is over, what is your assignment status? So then I have to submit your marks, right? So as it is a simple numerical problems, you can anyhow submit it, all right? So please submit it, or so as you are not going to see assignment here, but in your case, in your portal, when you click on assignment, it will open your Word file, which you can download. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So as far as my part is concerned, I stop here. I hope whatever I have mentioned here is clear to you. If you have still any question, same platform you can use. You can write down your query here. I will give you answer. And next time we will start with cylindrical system. Till date, we have solved Cartesian coordinate system problem, means slabs and composite walls and etc. Next time we will start with composite cylindrical system, and many more. Okay, so I stop here.